Every year since his death, the birthday of national hero George Price has been celebrated by Belizeans who gather to commemorate his contributions to independence. However, in 2021, the government of Belize officially recognized January 15th as a public and bank holiday. On Monday, the tradition was upheld when representatives of the government and several organizations gathered in Orange Walk town to host the ceremony.
For Belize, Price lived his life. For our peace, Price made the sacrifice. For our freedom and prosperity, Price paid the price. His unmatched discipline, his unbreakable tenacity, and his unyielding perseverance made us who we are today, the independent nation of Belize. A Belize which rejected British colonialism and now continues to reject neo-colonialism. Price's inspiring speeches, his enlightening actions, and his luminary vision brought us here to the promised land of an independent Belize. And so today, we live as a nation, we breathe as a people, and we fight as an army. We are all the sons and daughters of George Cadle Price.
Keynote speaker Henry Charles Usher shared excerpts from George Price's memoir and spoke on personal experiences with the late father of the nation, who was his granduncle.
He went on to say, in those days we had no radio, no television, and only 2 newspapers. But he also admitted that he didn't like to read, and so he didn't read the newspapers. He said, I was almost illiterate. My little world was confined not only just to British Honduras, but only to Belize City. But he was able to learn from his educators, and he saw the world through his educators, primarily the Jesuits. He said, we studied English history, not the history of our country. We read Shakespeare and the religious classics, and this made us realize that we could not reach the fullness of life under a colonial system. Amazing, isn't it, that from that very young age, George was developing that nationalist fervor. I will be here for the rest of today if I start to speak of George Price's political achievements. But there are 2 points that I wish for us to reflect on. First, in his official speech after being elected to the City Council in 1947, he is reported as saying, people of Belize, the time has come when there must be a determined and successful effort to achieve national unity. In order to make that effort, we must reduce to a minimum arguments and purposeless discussion and get down to work. Quite remarkable that he was fomenting the idea of independence from a municipal platform. And second, going back to the interview with my son John, who asked Uncle George if he was nervous in 1980, 1981, when independence was so close. He answered, no, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't anxious. And this was even after struggling for so many years to achieve this great independence. He was not nervous because he knew that he had the support of the Belizean people.
The event also showcased an array of performers who celebrated Belizean culture through dance, musical performances, and readings of George Price's political speeches.
Let Belize live. Let her maintain her territory intact. Let her be sovereign and independent and able to contribute to the development of the world as a full member of the United Nations.
The Unveiled exhibit showcases several mementos from George Price's life and will be available for viewing for 2 months at the Banquitas House of Culture in Orange Walk Town. Britney Gordon for News 5.